Hello, how are you doing, my kings and queens? Real quick, I want to do part two about driving, how um, dancing is intertwined with driving or in sync with driving, if you will. The reason I say that is similar with driving because you got to find that rhythm, that algorithm, that momentum. For example, when you dance, you have to make sure you dance to be beat with your lower body and your upper body. If you do the two step, how you go side to side or do the bounce, how you can move your shoulders with it, move your arms with it. Yeah. So the lower body when you dance, that's similar to your foot, and the upper body when you dance is similar to your hand when you are driving. And remember, I told you before you drive, you can do the driving dance. You can do two-step driving dance, two-step to the left, two-step to the right. I know I'm being a little off, being a little rusty. What do you want from me? But it's similar. So just like you find a rhythm with dancing, find that rhythm with driving. You understand? And another thing too is don't take it personal if the teacher yes you do, especially if you're a man too. Sometimes men have to be able to not be as sensitive and be able to take criticism, whether it's yelling from the teacher or the exam. I know it stings, I know it hurts, I know it's annoying and frustrating, but get over it because eventually get over it and cope with it because you're going to get to your independence of driving. But what I want to say is when you feel that a teacher examiner is yelling at you and make you feel Cupid with an S, I don't look at it like that because then you talk yourself out of driving. I say, oh, I'm not going to drive with that teacher examiner because they always make you feel Cupid with an S. Then that's where you go on the hiatus and you don't want to drive. And then you start walking and taking the bus and get caught in the rain. I don't want you to go through that. So look at it as the teacher examiner is uh, rooting you on. They don't. They're not yelling to make you feel cute. They make them feel more intelligent than you, more superior than you. They look at it like that. Look at it as they see potential in you. They want you to have fun. They want you to loosen up. They want you to relax. They want you to treat driving as a dancing. So when you are driving, think of you doing the Jerusalem, the Cupid Shuffle, the Kanai Joe, the dancer Cool Duo by Don Omar, which is dance strong, but just like um, you dance strong, I want you to drive stronger. You got it. So I hope that's clear. I hope that makes sense to you. Don't get discouraged. Don't get upset. So if the teacher or examiner yells at you, don't yell at them back or don't snap back at them because that's what Satan wants you to do. Listen to the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Jesus. By saying that they yell at me to have fun. They yell at me to relax my body, to relax my muscles, not hold the wheel too tight, to loosen up, to be in the moment, to be in the here and now, to be in the present, to be playful, to tell a joke, to smile. Like be more me. Like really. But seriously, and also the teacher examiner might yell at you. So they're yelling at your genius. They're yelling at your resourcefulness. They're yelling at your wittiness. They're yelling at you being clever. They're saying when they yell, they're saying, "Wake up, genius! You wake up, resourceful you. Wake up, clever you. Wake up, intelligent you. Wake up, smart you." That's what they're doing. They're not yelling at you for looking cupid. Even if you make silly mistakes, they are yelling because they see potential in you. So once again, they yelling at your genius. They yelling at your resourcefulness. They yelling at your cleverness. They yelling at your intelligence. They just trying to wake up. So because maybe your intelligence is sleeping, maybe your genius is sleeping, maybe your resourcefulness is sleeping. And they want to wake it up, and the best way to wake it up is by yelling at you and motivating you to wake up and smell the coffee. Let your genius wake up and smell the coffee. Let your resourcefulness wake up and smell the program. Give it a program. So I say genius, give it a program. Resourcefulness, give it a program. I don't mean to sound repetitive, but I just want you to get it. So please don't think that the teacher is trying to be your worst enemy and give you a hard time all the time. So they're being tough for a reason. They're trying to get you to where they at. They're trying to get you to their level, and they think the best way to do so is to yell at you a little bit. Yeah, as long as they don't say, "What are you, Cupid?" Then that's different. Then you say, "Please don't talk to me like that." You have a right. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. You can say, "Please don't ask me that silly rhetorical question." You can say that too. You understand? even if it's a even if it's a moderate mistake, a small mistake. If it's a dangerous mistake, okay, you could maybe let it slide. I know you gotta be able to distinguish, but if they keep on saying it, or if it's a very mediocre mistake or minute mistake, and it's not really necessary, you can say something. But know when to pick your battles, know when to speak up and say enough is enough. And they keep on saying, will you keep it with that? As would have you lost your mind? Um, so if they keep on picking at you or answering your intelligence back to back, that's different. If they do it every once in a blue moon, I know they're not supposed to do it, but they do it sporadically. You pick your battles and get the field of it. You understand? But they're not really supposed to do it in a long shot. They can yell all they want, but they're not supposed to make fun of your intelligence or insult you or not supposed to make you feel more louder than you already uh, are, because driving it is a serious thing. You're supposed to be confident, supposed to be stress free. Sure, you got to pay attention to the details and listen to the teacher and examiner, but if you're trying your very best and she's just still getting at you for, excuse me, I didn't mean to cough like that. I really do that. As I was saying, the teachers, just like you respect the teacher, make sure that the teacher respect you. They're supposed to get on you, but uh, to a certain extent, but not to the extreme, where it's come across as abusive now, verbally abusive. You understand? Discipline is one thing, but verbally abuse, that's another thing. And excuse me, I didn't mean to cough on you. I know you said you're not getting a cold on me. I'm getting my voice back. I'm just recovering from a cold, so I didn't mean to cough like that. I know that's rarely my character. That's I'm in rare form. Please forgive me. And let me just give you an example as physical abuse from the teacher or the examiner. And they say, what are you, Cupid? Stop making Cupid mistakes. Stop asking Cupid questions. If they keep on saying the S word uh, 3 times in a row, or even if it's not 3 times in a row, but 3 times per driving session, or even 3 times in a driving test, that's uncalled for. That's unnecessary. You can speak up. If they continue, then you can use another driver, inspector, or examiner, or maybe even tell the DMV. If they don't do anything about it, then go to a different DMV or a different driving school. It's your right, because you want to drive with comfort too. Sure, you got to keep the yourself safe and keep the drivers, the passenger, which is the teacher and examiner, safe as well. But you also want to be confident too. You don't want to just to be paranoid and not have the confidence. You want to listen to the teacher, but you also want to be confident and relaxed too. You can't be relaxed if the teacher examiner is nitpicking your every details. Even if you're trying your darnest and trying to be diligent and trying to be thorough, but the teacher is coming at you from more different angles. So they're supposed to be tough, but not be impossible, not be domineering or overbearing with it too. You understand? But get back to what I was saying earlier. If you could keep, if you, as I was saying, if you could keep your lower body and upper body in rhythm when you're dancing, doing line dancing moves, uh, it's the same thing. Keep your foot and your hands in rhythm when you drive. It's the same thing. Driving is similar to a dance. You gotta be on beat. Yeah, I gotta look good today. Okay, let me get back on topic. The main thing I want to say is, just as the teacher, the driver teacher examiner say, you don't have to be perfect with driving. You just gotta drive safely. But even if you get a 70 or 75% on the test, you pass. Similar to how you have to just get an 80% on the written test, you pass. So don't worry about getting 99 or 100% in driving perfectly or successfully. Similar with dancing, how you don't have to learn the dance moves or um, dance on beat with your lower body, upper body. It doesn't have to be the 90s or 100s. If you dance on beat 70% of the time with your upper lower body, that's sufficient. Don't think that you have to dance on beat when you dancing with the ladies or by yourself, 100% or 90%, that's too much pressure. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just try to dance on beat 70% of the time. Should be sufficient. And have fun with it. Be relaxed. Keep your body calm. Keep your body cool, calm, and collected. Excuse me, with my voice cracking. Don't crack. Excuse me. All right, let me get myself together. Woosah. Woosah to the voice. Woosah to the voice. Okay, you get it? All right. But to recap, when you are dancing, when you dance with your upper body and lower body, just try to dance on beat 70% of the time. Even if you do 68% of the time, that's better than nothing. And even with driving, try to, when you're doing your driving practice and your driving test, try to drive um, on beat and listen on beat in the 70s. It is better than nothing. You can say it's not 100%, 90%, but it's better than nothing. You got it? Because sometimes when you dance 70% with your upper body and lower body on beat, when you drive um, with your foot and your hand 70%, you are doing your best and you're doing this for you more so than the examiner, more so than the teacher. Just something for you to think about. Just a food for thought. So in other words, when you're driving 70%, get the 70% out the way. The 90% and 100% will come later on. Yeah, that will come down the line. Don't let it uh, um, consume you or overwhelm you now. You got bigger fish to fry, bigger fish to fry. Excuse me. And think of it as chronological order. Think of it as a timeline. How it was first the 70s, the disco era, doing the disco, in the 80s, then the 90s, then the 100s. So just as you went with the flow with the disco, from the disco to the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s. Do the same thing when you are driving and dancing. Do one era at a time. Do one decade at a time, if that makes sense. So when you're driving and dancing, do the 70s first, then the 80s, then the 90s, then the 100s, then the 110s, if you want to. You understand? That's forward thinking. Don't try to do the 100 now or the 90s now. Then work your way to the 70s, because then that's backwards. That's backwards pressure to me. Excuse me if I'm looking all over the place. I know people say, "Where are you looking at?" You're supposed to look in the camera. Now look sideways, northeast, south, or west. Excuse me if I'm out of it a little rusty, but thanks for bearing with me. I appreciate you. I know you appreciate me being more me, for seriously. Thanks for listening. Please have a blessed day. See you later. Stay blessed. God bless my kings and queens. Talk to you later on. God bless.